Today was a really big success. Out of like the 7 hours that I coded for, about 95 or even more than 95% of it was really productive work. And I got a lot of stuff done today. I got basically everything I said that I would yesterday done today, which was like well, we'll go over it. Another thing that I'm noticing, I mean, it's only been 2 days, but like having like a dedicated work time and then time where you're having a dedicated work time and then having time where you're not supposed to be thinking about work really helps you like get back into it, and it makes me feel like I don't want to say fulfilled because I'm far from fulfilled, but it makes you like want to like come back to it even more. Cuz like with the old schedule, I was just thinking about like working all the time, but now I'm like able to enjoy the time that I have, and I feel like it makes me want to come back to work more, if that makes any sense. But I can value the time that I have basically. So today we worked on meet creation as well as like the meet dashboard, and we got a little bit into the user registration. User registration is a little bit harder than I thought, but like we got a lot of the form stuff done and the back end done. The relationships for the back end, it was really complicated. Let's go look at it. So the first thing that we can see is the actual. We can go to the create meet page actually. So yeah, this is like the meets page. The sidebar is not done, but this top bar is pretty cool. I don't know what happened, but like in that time period where I was just like learning, something about like the front end, the back end, and middleware all clicked, and now I understand fun- um and now I understand server components like perfectly. I know when a component's supposed to be on the client versus when it's better suited to be on the server. I understand how the data flows are supposed to work. It's pretty cool because I haven't actually touched Next.js in like a month or two. I've just been like learning. Okay, so this is where you create meets. It's really simple. You have to be signed in. Click it, easy. First meet. It has to be set in the future, and that's programmatically. USAPL submit. It'll take you back to. Oh, did it just brick? Oh! I know why. I know why. I know why. I know why. Add record. All right. So this is. I forgot. Okay, so we got into the create meet page, and this is how you create a meet. Go first meet. We go somewhere in the future. Press submit. After it's submitted, you can see here that it still says there are no meets, but that's because when a meet is created by default, it is not public. So we have to manually change it to true here to make it public. And then if we refresh, there's a meet. You can click on it, and this is the meet page. As you can see, the nav automatically updates to the name, and this is just like a placeholder. But we also got started with the register page. So this is the register page. Basically, working between the front end and the back end to get this done was really hard because like I would iterate on the back end and then have to iterate something on the front end, and the front end would push the back end, this and that. But yeah, all of these are validated. This is connected to like the account that you're signed in with. All of like, as I said, everything is validated. But oh yeah, this is what I got. Oh, it's not really a sidetrack, but this is basically what took me like. This took like 45 minutes, where you can put like a date in here, and it'll automatically choose it. It's really cool. It's really cool. It took me a long time, but where I'm stuck right now is doing the division relations. I know that you're supposed to be able to add divisions and stuff, but it was really hard to think about the schema because like different federations have different divisions and different weight classes. So like how would I store it? And I was thinking like really hard about it, and turns out it's really simple. It's you just separate it by the division and the weight class and the federation, and you just have foreign keys tying all of them together, so that when the meet creator wants to like specify divisions, he can just it's all just strung together through joins. It's pretty simple. Oh, that's what we're working on tomorrow. as well as like getting the finishing up the user registration. Another thing that we're working on tomorrow is in the backend, creating like the backend logic of like how the meet flows. So how the meet works, it's like you get 3 attempts, and I was thinking like, oh, how are you gonna do those attempts? Are they gonna be like one big schema, or like there's gonna be small schemas, or like what's gonna happen? And I think the way that I'm gonna approach it right now is that each attempt will have its own row. It's like in the meet results row, it'll be like attempt, and then there'll be a row for squat bench deadlift, there'll be a row for attempt, there'll be a row for like successful attempt, and then it'll tie into the meet as well as the lifter, so that when you query like all of the results, it'll just show, and all of it can be tied in through joins. So I think that's how we're going to proceed tomorrow. So yeah, meet registration as well as the back end of the actual meet running is going to be done tomorrow. Another thing that I had to think really hard about was how meets actually run. So like the meet, I'm thinking that there's a timer, right? But that timer, I thought it was like tied. I thought it was like hard tied into like how the meet runs, but I think the timer by itself is going to be its own entity, meaning that like the timer will run by itself, and then when it gets to 0, it's actually not going to do anything. It'll just wait for the attempt to go in, because like timer getting to 0, there could be like venue malfunctions and things of that nature. So I think the timer is literally just going to be by itself. And then after each third attempt, let's just say the venue messes up, lifters will need to get a 4th attempt. So after each third attempt, it's going to check if there's an entry for a 4th attempt for any lifter. And if not, it'll prompt the meet runner to move on to the next lift or to move to a break. So yeah, I think it looks pretty good. I mean, other than that, a lot of stuff can get done in like 7 hours. I think tomorrow's going to be a little bit difficult because I have the gym, but I think I'm going to try and wake up early to get work done and to get my meals in, because tomorrow's going to kind of go crazy. But yeah, we're on track. This is the second day. Can't wait till the weekend. All right, see you tomorrow.